Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to take a look at the Justice Society of America. Basically, some of you guys asked about it. I will try to look at some characters from the classic version of the team, some of a more modern version of the team, probably in the early 2000, and some from the Earth 2 comic book, which was pretty much the new 52 version of the Justice Society of America. We were supposed to be introduced to a new version of the Justice Society of America, or they were supposed to bring back the classic version with Rebirth, but somehow it didn't happen just yet. I think their plans took longer than expected, or maybe they just changed their plans. It's hard to tell at this point. And for the emblems in this video, a lot of those emblems come from the Arcane Time Capsule or the Team Up Time Capsule. I've already made videos about those, so if you look through my videos for the Arcane Time Capsule emblems or the Team Up Time Capsule emblems, you will see a lot of the Justice Society of America emblems. For the emblem in the back, I'm using the Liberty Bell emblem. I'm not going to make a character using that emblem, which is why I'm using that emblem in the back. So let's start with our friend Jay Garrick the Flash. As you can see, we can recreate a pretty darn good version of our friend Jay Garrick the Flash. For those of you who are sometimes wondering where we can get some of those styles, I have videos about a whole bunch of those styles. Like I have a video about the original Speedster helmet that the character is using. I have a video about the Stalwart Defender chest. The Stalwart Defender chest is a piece that I use very often in my videos, but I made videos specifically about the Stalwart Defender chest. So if you need more information about that, you can just look through my videos, and you should be able to find a video just about that. The same with the speed boots. I did make a video about the speed boots, so go look it up. But basically the speed boots come from the vault, and as you can see, they work pretty well with our friend Jay Garrick, especially with the little wings on the side of the boots. The pants are the electric pants that you can get at character creation, and the belt is a square buckle belt that you can get at character creation, and the emblem that you're seeing is the official Jay Garrick emblem. It doesn't really look like our friend Jay Garrick does in the comics, because the emblem, the way we can use the emblems is a bit limited in DC Universe Online. I will show you an alternative in just a second. The aura, obviously, the sparking aura, and there is. I thought I could show the shield to be able to show you a bigger version of the emblem. Although the best style to probably recreate our friend Jay Garrick is probably the shock jock style. Here we have the chest piece and the pants. Again, I made a video specifically about the shock jock, so if you look through my videos, you should be able to find at least a couple of videos talking about the shock jock and talking where you can actually get the shock jock style. But basically it comes from one of the vendors next to the tech wings. And as you can see, it recreates a pretty darn good version of our friend Jay Garrick. Obviously, the lightning is not exactly right, but it creates, it suggests the look of the character well enough that if you recreate that look, people will understand that your character is Jay Garrick, the original Flash from Earth 2. And speaking of Earth 2, with the new 52, we got a new version of the Earth 2. And there even was a comic called Earth 2, where we got a new version of not just Jay Garrick the Flash, but the Justice Society of America. Again, here I'm using the shock jock for the chest and the pants. For the headpiece, it's the Future Cop headpiece. You can get that straight at character creation. The gloves are the Amazon Soldier gloves. And the boots are the Flash boots. Again, for the Flash boots, I have videos specifically about that. So if you look through my videos, you should be able to get at least a few videos talking about specifically the Flash boots. For the Amazon Soldiers, it comes from one of the Amazon Fury DLC. And next we have our friend Alan Scott, who can recreate a pretty darn good version of our friend Alan Scott. Here I'm using a few materials. I'm using the enigmatic material for the purple part. The red part is the Rage material, the Furious material. The green part is the Green Lantern material, or the glowing material. I guess I could have used the Sinister material for the belt, but we're only limited to 3 materials, so this was about as good as I was able to get. We do have the official Alan Scott boots. The short answer to get those boots, just buy them from the broker. The belt comes from a character creation, that's a clasp belt. Again, I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest. I have a whole bunch of videos about the Stalwart Defender chest, so just look through my videos. The mask is the classic half slimline mask from character creation. The cape is the Ra's al Ghul proper cape. I have a video again specifically about that cape, so if you need more information, just look it up. And the pants are the Stalwart Defender pants. Again, I have videos about the Stalwart Defender style, so look it up. And the aura is the Emerald Misted Aura. Again, I have a video specifically about that aura if you need more information. For the emblem, I'm using the enhanced version of the Green Lantern emblem. Sadly, for the classic Alan Scott, we don't really have the classic Alan Scott emblem. So you have to choose. Either you could use the enhanced version of the Green Lantern emblem. And using the shield, I can show you a bigger version of the emblem for just a bit. Although with the Arcane Time Capsule, they did give us an official Alan Scott emblem. Obviously, it doesn't look like the classic version of the character. What they've done is that they've based it on the new 52 version of the character. So if you want to have the classic version of the Alan Scott emblem, sadly it's not an option right now. So which is why either you use the Green Lantern emblem or the Alan Scott emblem that we got in the Arcane Time Capsules. And here you can see a bigger version of the emblem again. Here you can see what the character can look like without the materials. Although I switched the Stalwart Defender chest for the Scuba chest piece, which you can purchase in the marketplace. I was pretty sure you could purchase it only during the summer seasonal, but for a while it's been on the marketplace, even though it's not the summer seasonal, so I'm guessing they made some changes. And the pants are the Retro Tech pants. And here, as you can see, we can record a pretty darn good version of the new 52 Alan Scott. Although, in order to be able to recreate that, you need the Tunic of Greed. And sadly, as you can see with the Tunic of Greed, the emblem is a little off. Like you can see there's the space in the middle of the chest for the emblem, but somehow the emblem is off somehow. It's something that's been like that for a long time, so I strongly doubt they will ever fix it in the future. For the aura, I'm using the Glowing Aura. The emblem, again, that's the Alan Scott emblem from the Arcane Time Capsules. And for the Glowing Aura, if you're wondering how to get it, I made a video specifically about that. The boots are the Red Death boots. I made a few videos about the Red Death style. It's called the Speed Metal style, so if you look through my videos, you should be able to find that. And for the belt, it's the Green Arrow belt. Again, I made a video about the Green Arrow style, the high tactical suit. So you should be able to find, if you search through my videos, you should be able to find how to recreate that look fairly easily. The only piece I didn't make a video about is the Tunic of Greed. I'll have to put that on the to-do list for another time. And also at some point we got an official Alan Scott set of gear that was inspired by the Alan Scott from the Kingdom Come comic book. This comes from the Arcane Time Capsules, although by now you can also purchase it on the broker. Here I'm using the glowing material on the whole style, but I'm not using it on the cape. If I use the material on the cape, you're going to lose the sword motif on the cape. And obviously with the mask, if I put in the material on the mask, we're going to lose the eyes. Here you can see what the suit looks like without the material, and this is the enhanced version of the suit. There is an enhanced version of the suit and a regular version of the suit. I'm just going to show the enhanced version. But I did make a video about that suit, actually quite a couple of videos about that suit. So if you want to see the regular version, just look through my videos for this suit of gear. And obviously for the aura, I'm using the green aura. Again, it's an aura you can purchase either from the marketplace or you can buy it straight from the broker. And here we have our friend Dr. Midnight. Basically, we got an official Dr. Midnight set of gear with the Team Up Time capsules. And here, this is the enhanced version of the gear. I'm not going to show you both the enhanced version and the regular version. If you want to look at the Dr. Midnight style, you can look through my videos. I made a few videos about that already. It's a pretty nice looking style, and it is pretty much inspired by Dr. Midnight from the pretty much since the 2000 and upward. And of course, this being the enhanced version, you can see a lot of glowing, glowy stuff. We also got an official Dr. Midnight emblem. Sadly, it's not something we can use if we use the official Dr. Midnight style. It's something they've done quite a few times. They give us an official Green Arrow set of gear and an official Green Arrow emblem, but somehow we cannot use the emblem with the set of gear, and the same with Alan Scott as you saw earlier. Although if you guys have been watching my videos for some time, you probably know by now that I kinda like the classic look of most characters. So here I made a somewhat classic version of our friend Dr. Midnight. I'm using basically the classic cape, but I'm using a few pieces of the Dr. Midnight style, like the chest piece and the headpiece. But for the gloves, I'm using the Power Girl gloves. The pants, it's the Dr. Midnight pants that I've put black, but any slimline pants would do the trick. And the boots are the clean cuffed boots, which again, you can get at character creation. So this is pretty darn close to the classic version of the character, at least as close as we can get. As I said, there is an official Dr. Midnight emblem. Sadly, if you use the emblem, it doesn't look exactly like Dr. Midnight. You're better off using the Dr. Midnight chest piece if you want to recreate Dr. Midnight, but the emblem works for a whole bunch of different characters. I'll make a video about that when I get the chance. At least about one character. And of course, if you want to have a better look, let's use our friend the shield. So depending on which version of Dr. Midnight you want to recreate, you have a few options. And next we have our friend Our Man. They've added at some point an official Our Man emblem, which you can see right now. And other than the emblem, and for the chest piece I'm using the scuba chest piece, but there's a whole bunch of slimline chest piece you could use. And pretty much everything you see here, other than the chest piece and the emblem, comes from character creation. So the new Genesis pants, the banded classic boots, the classic cape, the hood, the half slimline mask. All these come from character creation. So straight at character creation, you can recreate your friend Our Man, and then later on, once you get the emblem, then you can have the official emblem with your character. And let's use our friend the shield again to show you a bigger version of the emblem. And next we have our friend Steel, or Commander Steel, depending on which version of the character you're familiar with. Sadly, this is about as close to the character as we can get to. It's not exactly it, the pattern is not exactly what we need, but within the context of DC Universe Online, this is about as close as we can get to recreating our friend Steel. I'm using the nuclear boots, I'm using the new Genesis pants, I'm using the clasped belt, the Aeronaut gloves. For the chest piece, that's the Chevron slimline chest piece, but there's a couple of other chest pieces you could probably use, but that chest piece comes from character creation, so you should have no issue getting it. Again, the emblem, that's the official Commander Steel emblem, that's the enhanced version of the emblem. And for the headpiece, I'm using the Herald of the Black headpiece. It should have like a fin on the top of the head, but again, the only other style that I know that has a fin on the top of the head looks nothing like Commander Steel, so this was the, let's say, better option that I had in order to be able to recreate that look. Next we have our friend Damage, or Atom Smasher. This is a character that's a bit messed up, I suppose. It went through a lot of different incarnations. At some point the character was called Damage, at some point it was Atom Smasher, at some point he could grow giant size. The character went quite through a few changes, depending on who was writing the character. Pretty much everything you see here comes from character creation, the pyramid, the slimline chest piece, any slimline pants would do. The gloves are the banded gloves, the headpiece is the full slimline piece. So pretty much all of that comes from character creation. The only exception is the nuclear boots, and obviously the official Atom Smasher emblem. And last but not least, we have our friend Valzad. That comes from the Earth 2, from the New 52. So it comes from the Earth 2 comics that we had after the New 52. So you can see you can recreate a pretty darn good looking Valzad within the context of DC Universe Online. Of course, a few compromises have to be made. Basically, I'm using the Stalwart Defender chest and the Stalwart Defender pants. Sadly, in this case, I'm using the Superman emblem from the Batman vs Superman swag bag from a few years ago. Sadly, that emblem is no longer available. If you don't have that emblem, you're gonna have to improvise either with the shield emblem or the S emblem or any other emblem you think could do the trick. The bracers are the Mera bracers. The belt is the speed metal belt. The boots are the tall classic boots. For the cape, I'm using the Ausovel 2019 cape, but you could use the regular Ausovel cape if you need to. And I'm using the opalescent material on pretty much everything that is white, but obviously if you don't have the material, you don't have to use it. If you don't have the opalescent material, obviously just put everything white and it should work well enough. Sadly for the Ausovel 2019, the emblem is color locked, although the red emblem kind of works well enough with our friend Valzad. But if you want to have the cape completely white, then just use the regular Ausovel cape. Or even better, just use the classic cape, although you won't have the Superman emblem on the back piece if you use the classic cape. So that is pretty much it for the Justice Society of America video. Again, for the emblems, if you look at my video for the Team Up Time Capsule emblems or the Arcane Time Capsule emblems, you will see most of the Justice Society of America emblems come from those two time capsules. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.